Hi, welcome to the IWSH Wash Station Challenge 2021 official launch webinar. Thank you for joining us today. Today I am joined by my colleague, Jed Sherman, who is a project director for North America IWSH projects. My name is Randy Lorge, and I am the project manager for the IWSH Foundation and the North American projects. And we're here to start it out by talking a little bit about what we have in store for this upcoming month here. And I'm going to let Jed say a few words and take it from there.
Thanks, Randy. Really appreciate you partnering with you on this venture. Thank you to everyone's joining us from all over the world today. Good day, good afternoon, good morning. I'm not sure what time it is where you're listening from. Thank you for joining. In the next 30 minutes, we want to go over the background for the Wash Station Challenge. We want to introduce you to some of the partners that we've been working with, and we'll introduce you to them. The Wash Station Challenge 2021, what is it? It's a mobile wash station challenge designed to provide non-potable water for daily hand washing and general hygiene for a family of 6 people for 1 month. We're targeting the Navajo Nation in the USA, which straddles the borders of Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. We want to support and enable the Navajo Nation to do better hand washing in communities and throughout the winter and into the new year. We want to do this because we know that washing hands is so essential to reduce the spread of the coronavirus. It promotes public health and hygiene awareness. How are we going to do this? Wash stations are being built right now simultaneously all over the United States by the skilled volunteers of the United Association, that's the UA, of plumbers and steam fitters across the United States. Today is the official launch of our project, and we're going to be building these wash stations through the month of June, intending to begin shipping of the completed wash stations July of 2021. Our basic design started way back when with a few of us just coming up with an idea that we sketched out on paper. The approximate size of the wash stations is about 5 feet high, 5 feet long, and 4 feet wide. A wash station like this weighs about 400 pounds. And they're a modular assembly of 5 different component pieces. So we can assemble them and put them together. They are insulated to withstand the weather conditions on the high Colorado Plateau where the Navajo Reservation is. And they're designed to be semi-mobile, semi-permanent, meaning that once we can move them into a particular location, and then we'll take the wheels off and they will stand rigidly and firmly and level in place to serve the needs of hand washing where they are deployed. So we have 2 different designs of wash stations that we've come up with, 2 models in effect. The first model is a 120 volt model that plugs into grid electricity. It's got a 210 gallon tank inside. It's insulated and elevated and can be leveled. And then there's a stainless steel hand basin or wash basin where folks can wash their hands with a frost-free faucet that comes out from the bottom of the wash station, the doghouse there. Inside the tank, we've got a 120 volt stock tank heater or trough heater that will keep the water in the tank from freezing. Now, in many places on the reservation, we don't have access to grid power. So we've designed a second model, which is our 12 volt off-grid model. Just like the other one, its basic design is exactly the same size tank, elevated and insulated, same hand basin and counter. But the differences are these. Because we don't have electric power on site, we're resorting to putting a small photovoltaic panel on the roof. That's going to charge an RV deep cycle type battery, which is going to operate a 12 volt pump. That circulating pump will keep water flowing and moving inside that 210 gallon tank. And it's very much like the image of a river in the winter. Rivers don't generally freeze because the water in the river is constantly flowing and moving so that the river cannot freeze solid. So that's the basic design for the 2 models that we came up with. Randy, over to you.
Thanks, Jed. As Jed said, this started out as a couple of sketches on a napkin, and from the West Coast to the Midwest, all the way to Australia. And we sat down as a team and we went through some ideas. And that, of course, was after talking with our partners from DigDeep and consulting back and forth with them on what it was that they needed. You know, as Jed said, we had to come up with something that could be used both on the grid and off the grid, something that wasn't going to freeze. And so with these designs, with these sketches, if you will, we approached Local 400 in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, and we asked them if they would assist us in building these prototypes. So last summer, with the aid of Matt Stoop and Jeremy and the welding department there at Local 400, we went to work. And over the course of about, I don't know, it was probably about a month, 2 months, and we finally put together the design that you see here in front of you. That design then was loaded onto a trailer, and we took that trailer and transported it with the hand wash stations on it. We transported it down to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where we took it to the Milwaukee School of Engineering. At the Milwaukee School of Engineering, what we had hoped to do at this point was to take our prototypes and have the students there who we've worked with in the past take a look at the design and see what we could do to make that design even better before we really committed to this challenge that you're here to witness today. And so, as you can see here, Katie and Sarah were our leads, and Katie and Sarah both kind of came together through the Create Institute, which is located on the campus. And so through them and through their professors and some of the junior students that were on campus, the testing and the ideas really started to flow. And so there was a communication back and forth between Jed, myself, Katie and Sarah, kind of going back and forth, hashing over the new things that we could do to make them better. Jed, you want to add a little bit to that?
One of the neat elements here is the Create Institute is actually, it's housed on the campus of MSOE. And its design is to take the senior engineering students and engage them in a real life project. Rather than just do a theoretical thesis or a theoretical assignment, the students are encouraged to engage in a real life project. So Katie and Sarah and their team, their project was to assist us with this wash station design that is actually going to get deployed in the Navajo reservation. So it's a very real life dynamic. And that just brings the education that they're getting to a whole different level, because it's not just on paper and in theory, but rather it's actually going to benefit real live people on the reservation. We want to take time now to introduce you to some of our partners. The first partner that we would like to introduce you to is DigDeep, and George McGraw, CEO and founder of DigDeep. Their whole purpose is to see to it that every American for all time has access to running water. And the Navajo Nation is one of their focal points. And we've partnered together with DigDeep. So let's hear a word from George McGraw.
George McGraw here, CEO and founder at DigDeep.org. I'm so pleased to speak to you all today. Last year, DigDeep and the Navajo Water Project temporarily pivoted our long-term water access project to provide relief work. And this Wash Station Challenge 2021 with IWSH feels like a natural evolution in our long-standing partnership to provide emergency solutions in response to the pandemic. Since many residents on the Navajo Nation are vaccinated, we're seeing more and more people start to congregate. So the addition of these outdoor hand washing stations that will survive the elements in densely populated community centers is timely and necessary. Hand washing is still a critical step in stopping the spread of this virus, which is not yet over. And I can't wait until we finish this project and can return to our work to install running water inside people's homes. That work wouldn't be possible without the trades, talented men and women like you who have dedicated their lives to serving others through plumbing and pipe fitting. I know that our work together won't just make people healthier and safer, it will make them happier too, with clean water and good, high-paying, skilled jobs that will serve their families and their communities for generations to come. Thanks for your service to America. Thanks for your service to this project. I can't wait to see these hand washing stations in action, and I wish you all the best of luck. Take care.
So a big thanks to George McGraw and DigDeep. We've partnered together on several projects already on the reservation, And we've got some future projects as well beyond the reservation that we are looking at. So thanks to George and DigDeep. I now want to introduce you to some of the participating UA locals that are going to be working on these building these hand wash stations. So I want to go through and I want to acknowledge every one of these. The first one of these is UA Local 12 in Boston, Massachusetts. Our thanks to business manager Tim Fandel and his team in Boston that are building 2 wash station units for deployment on the Navajo Reservation. Next up is UA Local 27 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Business manager Tom Bigley, or business managers Ed Bigley and his brother Tom, who we'll hear from in a few minutes, they are both integrally involved. And as I understand that their wash stations are already well underway as of this moment. Want to thank Plumbers Local Union number 68 in Houston, Texas, and business manager Wayne Lord. They've been very involved with many projects with IWSH through the years, a strong supporter, and we just love working with UA Local 68. Plumbers Local 78 in Los Angeles, California, business manager Jeremy Diaz, and the Southern California Pipe Trades District Council 16, run by Rodney Kobos and Doug Marion. Our thanks to you, longtime supporters and integrally involved in IWSH projects. Next is UA Local 130 in Chicago, Illinois. Business manager Jim Coyne, Jim Majerowitz, training director. And I've been working very closely with 3 individuals there, Wade Blocker, Brian Anderson, and Frank Borkowski. And I know that their wash stations are already underway and some of the work has actually begun there. UA Local 230 in San Diego, California. Business manager Mike Hartley and Steve Behringer is his right-hand man who's in charge of the project, along with PIPE, the Piping Industry Progress and Education, Jaime Valdivia, Jared Ferruccio, and David Otterstein. Our thanks to you all. Next up is Randy's home local, Local 400 in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Business manager Trevor Martin, along with training staff Scott Wenger and Matt Stoop. And then as Randy shared already, they already built the 2 original prototypes that were used for the winter of testing. And now they've engaged and agreed to build yet more wash stations for deployment on the reservation yet this year. UA Local 412 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Courtney Eichhorst and Adam Valdez have been tried and true partners of ours. Both of them have worked with us on the reservation for several projects so far. Absolutely invaluable partner to us. Next up is Local 469 in Phoenix, Arizona. Business manager Aaron Butler, along with Larry Savage and Paul Delaware, all of whom have been involved with our projects. And Larry and Paul have spent time with us on the reservation, bringing water to families that have never had it before in their homes. And finally, Plumbers Local 690 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. George Pegram, the business manager, Ray Boyd, he's the assistant training director for the United Association throughout the United States. We thank you for your partnership and building units for us that we can deploy together on the Navajo Reservation. So again, a big round of thanks to all of our 10 local participating unions and their training centers, the literally dozens, if not hundreds of volunteers that are going to be involved in building these wash stations. I want to take a minute to show you where these locals are positioned geographically, because I think it tells quite a story. Map of the United States here, and you see from the West Coast all the way to the Eastern Seaboard, from the south at the Gulf of Mexico, all the way north almost to Canada and Wisconsin. The entire country has got volunteer UA locals that are going to be building wash stations. And then in kind of a maroon bright red, somewhat close to the center, you see the Navajo Reservation, where all of these wash stations are going to be destined for. So with the ones that are being built by the locals right now, plus the prototypes, we're going to have 22 wash stations to deploy at sites selected by the DigDeep team on the Navajo Reservation. So a big thanks again to all the UA locals participating. Next, I want to introduce you to my good friend, my brother, and fellow volunteer on IWSH projects, Tom Bigley, Director of Plumbing Services for the United Association. Tom is an integral part of our team here, and he's got some words to share from the UA. Tom.
Hi, my name is Tom Bigley, Director of Plumbing for the United Association and Chair of the World Plumbing Council. I would like to talk to you about the IWSH Wash Station Challenge. The United Association of Plumbers and Pipefitters have many mottos that we live by, like the plumbers protect the health of the nation. These are not just words that we say, these are words that we live by. It seems that natural disasters are becoming more frequent in the United States and Canada, requiring us to respond to help and assist our neighbors in the communities that we live in with their hands-on expertise and generosity. But natural disasters are only a fraction of the generosity that the United Association members give back every year. We recently partnered with IWSH again to help our neighbors of Navajo Nation by building wash stations for those who do not have clean, reliable water. During the pandemic, many residents of Navajo Nation did not have clean water for washing their hands, which was desperately needed to combat the spread of COVID-19. As a result, the pandemic was very severe and many suffered and died on the reservation. The Wash Station Challenge was designed to provide our brothers and sisters on the reservation the means to not only combat COVID-19, but also to help in daily hygiene and overall good health practices of everyday life now and in the future. Together with IWSH, the UA has over 10 locals who have volunteered to finance and build these portable wash stations at their local training centers. When finished, they will ship them across the country to various locations on the reservations. Each local will build 2 wash stations from drawings of the original prototype that was built over the winter and tested by Local 400 in Wisconsin. I have no doubt that we are up for this challenge. I witnessed firsthand during past IWSH projects the overwhelming generosity and volunteerism of our membership during the Community Plumbing Challenge in 2019. There is nothing more gratifying as a UA member than seeing firsthand the faces of those who never had clean, reliable water. It is humbling to think that someone could go an entire lifetime without it, something that we take for granted every day in our lives. On behalf of General President Mark McManus, I would like to thank all the local unions that volunteered to help our brothers and sisters of Navajo Nation. Thank you for your generosity and time. It is a testament to the heart of the UA and to what we were all about as an organization. Good luck, and I cannot wait to see your finished projects and the faces of those who will receive them. Also, thanks to all the hardworking staff of IWSH who work behind the scenes coordinating all the moving parts. Without your hard work, this could not be possible. We look forward to completing this project on time and budget and continuing our partnership with IWSH on potential endeavors in the future. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Words well spoken and right on the money. This is really an exciting venture. Our next steps. So the Wash Station today is the official kickoff for the Wash Station Challenge. And the 10 UA locals, many of whom have started their projects already, are underway on the actual construction of these projects. The completed units will be done, and we begin to ship them the week after the long holiday weekend in July, the 4th of July long holiday weekend. The units from there will be deployed across the Navajo Nation through the remainder of 2021. Now, I want to direct your attention to Seán Kearney. Seán Kearney is the Managing Director of IWSH, my good friend and Randy's good friend in our endeavors. Seán, a few words from you.
Hello everyone, and thanks again for joining our project launch webinar today. Thanks Jed and Randy for the introduction, and on behalf of the IWSH team to all of the previous speakers for your messages of support today. Before we finish, I wanted to touch back on a few of the key points we've talked about and how they affect the Wash Station Challenge event to come. Firstly, from the IWSH perspective, we always say it's not what we do, but why we do it. IWSH exists to bring together plumbers and other skilled tradespeople and industry resources from across the world to combine these skills to help others and to provide better and safer water, sanitation and hygiene access in those places that are without. In previous years, we've been able to organise visits, volunteer projects and assignments that go to work in the heart of those communities. But in the past 12 months, due to the COVID pandemic, that hasn't been possible. So this pilot wash station challenge is a response, finding new ways to work together, in this case with some of our long-standing partners in the United States, to support the Navajo Water Project, to help Navajo people wash their hands, and to help prevent Navajo people getting sick. This brings me to the second point. This has been a massive collaborative effort stretching back over a year, from beginning the planning and the brainstorming with DigDeep field managers and staff and community partners that are based on the reservation, to building and assembling prototype wash stations remotely, and then testing and developing and refining these facilities remotely. Thank you to all of the UA volunteers who were involved in that effort, and thank you to all of the students and staff at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Thank you to all of the team at IAPMO who've contributed to this effort so far. Everybody has helped us arrive at this launch today. And I want to finish by stressing again, we're really excited about this new process for IWSH to collaborate and to support our community partners around the world. For any of you watching and listening today who can see a way that we could connect and we could develop this approach with your organisation or with your networks, then please do reach out to our team. You'll be able to follow the progress of the Wash Station Challenge via our IWSH social media channels. We'll be sharing updates from all of the participating UA locals across the US in the weeks ahead, and we'll continue to follow the story of the shipping and the deployment of the wash stations to the Navajo Reservation in the following months. And finally, none of this work would be possible without the ongoing generous support of our growing industry partner network, which continues to help us grow these water, sanitation and hygiene projects and programs, not only in North America, but also internationally. Thanks again to all our Wash Station Challenge volunteers, and the very best of luck in the weeks ahead. To everyone tuning in today, thank you for joining us, for your support, and for helping us lead IWSH forward together in this new effort.
Thank you, Seán. Again, this Wash Station Challenge is a very unique thing. It's very innovative. It's something like we've never tried before. And so again, I want to draw attention to our sponsors, our supporters. We can't do what we do without the support of lots of companies, corporations, individuals, and donors who are involved in everything that we do together. And everything that we accomplish in the field is a result, it's a fruit of the labor of all the persons collectively together that have done their part, regardless of what that part is. I want to draw special attention to Ferguson. Ferguson is very active through their Ferguson Cares program as donors of some of the key components of our wash stations. And every UA local that's building these wash stations right now will be able to work with their local Ferguson's outlet in the community that they've identified for obtaining the tank, the sink, and the frost-free faucet that are the heart, the guts of what these wash stations are. So again, to each one of you that spent the last 30 or so minutes with us, our thanks to you for taking this time. Our thanks to you for your support, for your encouragement, And we know for your interest moving forward to see how this wash station challenge unfolds and rolls into the future. So Randy, back to you to wrap it up.
Thanks, Jed. Great job. So as Sean pointed out, if you want to reach out, if you'd like to reach out to us, you can definitely reach out to info@iwish.org. Again, be sure to follow all of our social media pages. We're out there on all the different platforms. And to all of the guests we had with the messages, we certainly appreciate that. Our sponsors, as we continually repeat, we are so thankful to have you on board with this. To all the UA locals, thank you for joining us. And I'm really looking forward to how this all goes, Jed. I think this is going to be great. It's got the makings of something just unimaginable. It's amazing. I'm so thrilled to be at this point in this process. So to everybody who joined us today, thank you. And again, have yourself a great rest of the day. And I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Thank you.